Hello everybody and welcome to what is episode 6 of The Violet Madness. The Emerald Collective has brought this to you in podcast platform to continue the adventure through the lands of Castonia. And with me as always are our adventurers who are trudging their way to through the accursed lands of Castonia that has been infested with a magical plague known as the Violet Madness by all of the locals. And they are tasked with seeking out the cure for this, as any attempts from medicine folk or clerics have rendered this illness to be uncurable. But that is not for a want of trying from our fearless adventurers. But we'll get into a brief recap in just a moment of the adventure thus far. Let's introduce our players today, and we'll start off with Ryan.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, and tonight I'm going to be playing Daemon Phileas Venusht. Hello, my darlings. He is a red tiefling of the artificer type, specializing in being a battlesmith and managing to keep his toy creation, many different words, but his basic mechanic sentient being going, and also protecting Aelfric as much as possible.
Absolutely, Rocket is he's the goodest of boys. And yeah, we'll stick with Aelfric then. We have Matt, our resident puzzle solver and disintegrator.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm Matt, and as ever, I'll be playing Aelfric Elnaran, the half-elven wizard. As Mark has kindly said, he's been getting his intellectual groove on, getting stuck into some of these puzzles of late, which is, he loves an intellectual challenge, but he's got some nifty magics up his sleeve if he needs to pull them out in a sort of dodgy situation.
Absolutely, thank you, Matt. Next up then, Ali.
Hey everyone, I'm Ali Mar. You might know me from my romance books or from the Ladies of Lore. Today I play Mina Dumont. Lady Dumont is a widow from Aston who traveled after the death of her husband and is now apparently an adventurer worth a little bit of something. She is a 50-year-old half-elf with tawny beige skin and long brown curly hair. She's got a happy attitude and a sunny smile with a pep in her step and sometimes a sharpness in her eyes. She's a College of Whispers bard and seems to vex the party as much as she inspires them. She wears white riding leathers with a blue top and sash. She has a drum on her hip and a rapier in a red scabbard on her side. But if you look closely enough, her shadows might seem to dance.
Yes, indeed. As ominous as that sounds. Thank you, Ali. Next up, then, we have Dave.
Sorry, I was too busy looking suspiciously at Ali there. Hi, I'm Dave, GM for the Software Saga, Rebirth of the Grim King and the Starless Twilight here on the Emerald Collective, and I play Shadar Vicanis, Grave Domain Cleric of the Raven Queen. Shadar is a half-elf, and you'd place him at around 100 years of age if it weren't for the fact that he was magically aged by an undead creature in an old manor house a long time ago. Shadar is actually only in his 30s and exists solely to destroy undead for the glory of the Raven Queen. He doesn't like children either. He hates undead more though. Shadar has bright white hair and is typically dressed for battle in black leathers, a black chain shirt and a trusty mason wineskin. Did you sense a theme? If it was wine, you are correct.
Thank you, sir. And last but not least, then, Stephen, our paladin pal.
Well, good, whatever time of the day we happen to find you at. I'm Stephen, your paladin pal, over on the Emerald Collective Discord and Twitch. And this evening I'm playing Sir Tirion Shadowbane, the 27 years young paladin of vengeance. He is the chosen right hand of Torm and somewhere between Jaime Lannister meets Prince Charming. And even though mildly stupefied, is still of perfectly average intelligence.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. And I am Mark, your DM, and I'm going to do the Macarena to give myself bardic inspiration today. No, I'm kidding. So, let's do a brief recap. You guys have entered the Wizard's Tower that is the home of Galfond Illimes, a name you are all come to be familiarized with since your escape from Grendel when it became infested with the Violet Madness. The first time you have all seen this magical illness. Although quite elusive, this Illimes wizard seems to be a kind of key point of contact for potentially eradicating this curse, or at the very least get some intellectual insight as to what is going on. Daemon, already familiar with this wizard from his time spent in Grendel, knows him to be quite a brilliant man. Aelfric, although he has never met Galfond, is acquainted with him through letters and is known from that Aelfric can attest to his brilliance. But at the behest of the King of Castonia, you all have been tasked with traversing through and up the puzzle and trap-infested tower to secure Illimes, as he's become reclusive and barred himself within the top floor of his tower, which is floor number 5. So, after passing through a couple of perplexing puzzles and traps, and even a Sphinx that posed a few riddles to you all, you are now just climbing the stairs on floor number 3, making your way up to the 4th floor. And that is where I'm going to draw the curtain up. Before I bring you all up to the 4th floor, I will just leave it open to, is there anything you guys wanted to kind of say or do or finish up on floor number 3 before we go up?
How's everyone for hit points? Are we all okay? Does anyone need healing? Or
I think I'm pretty much in a tip-top condition.
Yes, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much, Shadar.
my friend Tirion, are you back to your razor sharp intellect, or do you need some sort of a, what's it called?
I don't know what you're on about, good man. I'm perfectly fine.
I saw you took a bit of a blast there from the thing.
I've taken many blasts, not a problem.
You're fine then.
Yes, quite.
Right.
How much dribble is like spilling, like cooling
so
past his mouth?
Crusted in the corners there.
He lost too, but he's still at 10, so you know he's at a 0 modifier, so he's a perfectly average intelligence.
Excuse me. Do I feel like a lesser restoration would do the job here, Mark, or was it a greater?
I would ask you to make an Arcana check on that.
Arcana.
The DC is going to be 17.
Holy Jesus Christ in heaven help us. Oh, first off, I'd like to give myself guidance if I can to buff this impressive +1 I have in this roll. So here we go. That's an 11.
You're unsure. It's very strange and bizarre magics that seem to be afflicting Tirion at this time, and you're not sure if lesser or greater is required.
But it's specifically a magical effect.
It is indeed a magical effect, yes. It is a kind of, it's an, actually, you wouldn't tell from a roll of 11 what school of magic it is, Shadar.
Oh, do you want me to roll to figure out that it's a magical effect? I don't know how much.
No, it's pretty obvious that this kind of
He kind of got blasted by a
giant door.
sort of a yeah.
What if I were to just dispel the magic? Would that work?
You are unsure.
Can I roll?
Absolutely. Same DC.
All right. I probably won't make it, but
Curious, Miss Mina, you seem to be targeting his weapon instead of him.
Ooh, nice.
it's a 23.
23 on Arcana. So yeah, you are able to tell that there is indeed a magical effect altering Sir Tirion's mind. It's not as simple as removing with a dispel magic spell. That's for more kind of residual magical effects, but this one seems like this magic has seemed to have messed with Sir Tirion's kind of brain chemistry, so it's pretty active in that sense. You are sure though that a lesser restoration spell would remove the effects.
So, what Mina would probably do after seeing the blast and everything like that is she'd probably walk right up to Tirion and like hold her hand up kind of near his head, but not exactly. And she's like, can I check real quick something?
What would that be?
You got a bit blasted back there, and I
No,
just want
I'm
to make sure
fine.
there's nothing lingering.
The back of my head is still quite attached. I'm fine. There's no need to worry.
All right, okay. Let me just fix your hair real quick.
My hair?
Yeah. And then she would like when she's reaching up to his hair, her hand would be on his head, and then she's like, Ah, well, I can't fix that with Dispel Magic. Shadar, you have one of those lesser restorations. I think I've seen you do it before.
Yes, I do. Yes, well, my friend, I'm just going to pop a little thing on you here. It's a little gift bestowed upon me by the Raven Queen, and let me tell you, I've seen it used for terrible purposes. One time, a friend of mine was drunk, blissfully drunk.
Oh, the horrors.
Lesser restoration to sober him up. Swear, if you ever see that, just murder the criminal on the spot. Anyway, here we go. Bop!
It's interesting you feel that way, because Sir Tirion did that to me, about a week and a half ago.
I didn't witness that, my friend Fred.
Why do I suddenly feel it's important to inform everyone, although a tomato is a fruit, it does not belong in a fruit salad?
It seems I've boosted your wisdom as well, my friend. So where's Lesser Restoration? That's level 2, is it? Pop down a spell slot there. Oh, I've only one level for 2 spell slot left. Okay.
Well, I was going to try Dispel Magic, but it wouldn't have been strong enough.
That's all right.
Thank you.
More divine magic was required.
That seems to be the case quite
Yes.
often.
All thanks to the Raven Queen.
Is the Sphinx just sitting there staring?
I was just going to say that the Sphinx is turned away from you, but she does kind of let out this very audible yawn and kind of lays down kind of in as if kind of going to sleep.
Curious one, that.
Hmm.
Well, Aelfric, lead the way.
Yes, on we go. On to the next trial.
Has anyone informed Ali of Mina's current condition?
Of being gorgeous? Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm glad you noticed. Your intelligence
Effects of
definitely
time.
did go up.
Time has not been kind, my dear.
Oh, yes.
Oh, just look a little bit older. I mean, I'm an elf. It doesn't really, or like, half of an elf.
Which half?
Top or the bottom?
The top half.
It's the half that doesn't look as old now.
Yeah.
Just there's crow's feet around one eye, one eye only.
Like one of those truckers that's been exposed to the sun for 60 years on one side.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But no, that doesn't bother me, and it doesn't bother Mina.
Good.
Well, indeed, as you climb the stairs, you see those temporary effects of time begin to fade, and Ali or Mina reverts back to her youthful look as ever.
Oh,
It was only
nice.
affecting that floor.
Pause for the oil of Olead.
Yeah. As you ascend the stairs to the 4th floor, you come across a rather peculiar scene. What appears to be a kind of art room. You can see the portraits on the walls have been kind of stripped down. Frames still on the walls, but the portraits, you can see that some of the corners remain within the frame, but the portraits have been very clearly kind of ripped off, and they surround this room. It's the floor on this part of the tower is kind of split in half, so it's a much kind of smaller area than the previous floors you've been on. To the west wall, you see a fresh canvas, and you do see a portrait of a man on the easel, and next to that you see a kind of workstation with a palette with colors, brushes, and other kind of artistry tools. And to the south wall, beside this large iron door, you see stacks of canvases with a kind of tarp covering them. But what's really noticeable about the south wall, that great big iron door that seems to be sealed shut, is that permeating through the hinges, you see these little pockets and blisters of a violet-colored fungus.
Ooh dear.
I was just looking at that, and I was like, ah!
Protruding through the kind of hinges of the door, as if it's kind of bleeding out through the very tight cracks in that iron door.
Well, that looks a tad troubling.
Absolutely, and to the east side of this room, you get that smell of smoke, and you do indeed see this kind of crude kind of remnants of a fire in the corner, in that kind of west or east corner of the room, and you do see kind of rolled up pieces of kind of torn material and broken up sticks that you presume is used for kind of kindling. And that's not all you notice in this room. You notice just at the as you come up in the staircase as well, directly to your left hand side, you see a couple of bedrolls, and within one of them, you see this goblin, but he's wearing wizard robes, and he's kind of sitting on his bedroll, and he has this kind of medicine kit, this apothecary kit in front of him, and he's kind of tending to a wound on his leg, replacing the bandages there. And he looks up at you, and with quite well-spoken speech, he turns to you and says, hello, how the devil did you get up here?
Well, we've made our way through the trials and puzzles that were in our path. We're in search of Galfondilimus. Must admit, we haven't seen anyone else as we've made our way up here. How did you come to be here? What's your name? Who are you?
Yeah, you must be quite the intellectual band if you have come this far. Galfond has made it quite impenetrable to the common folk. And he kind of finishes kind of tightening a bandage on his left leg, and he kind of hobbles to his stand and kind of picks up a staff that he had resting down beside him. He says, I'm under the employ of Galfondilimus, and it is my job to watch over, I suppose, this part of the tower, and ran into a bit of trouble here. My name is Robert Lynn, and encountered some quite misfortunate circumstances as I stand my guard here.
Yes, well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Aelfric Elnarin. You appear to have a wound there. I'm sure. Well, I'm not gifted in healing magic myself, but I'm sure one of my companions might be able to alleviate that for you.
I'm afraid there's nothing your companions can do for me. You see, as he kind of nods towards the door, appears the madness has seeped down from the 5th floor and is attempting to overcome this tower.
Yes, Dad, I couldn't help but notice that. You say it's come down from the 5th floor?
Yes, indeed. And myself and the others, we had no choice but to close the grand door there leading up to Galfond's study. And, it seems before long this disease is going to sweep down to the base of this tower and out through Pethlin.
You don't mean to say that Illumis is trapped in there with it, do you?
I'm afraid that might be the case.
What? How did it come to be on the 5th floor?
Well, that, my friend, is something I know not. Galfond, he simply spoke to me and to the others and said, watch over this tower. He has some important work to do up in his office. He says he might not be down for quite some time, and, been under his employ for quite some time. I tend to this place while he's away, and, it's not unusual for Galfond to lock himself away into his study for days, if not weeks on end. I sometimes bring him food and some such other fresh garments and all the like, and, after a number of days, it was time for me to go up and bring him some goods, some dried goods and fresh clothing and whatnot, and, I was surprised to see that there was these pods and odd fungal matter growing around his office. I did not see him myself, but some strange noises for sure. I got out of there knowing of the disease that's sweeping Castonia at the moment, and myself and the others, we came back down to the 4th floor, not sure what to do, and before long, the fungal growth started to grow along down the staircase and take over the latter half of this floor on the tower. Some of my companions, they became afflicted with the madness, and we had no choice but to seal them inside on the other side of that door. There it was just me and one of the others, but he kind of looks over towards the fire pit, He says, well, he succumbed to the madness before long as well. I had to dispose of the body, you see, in a manner that would see me, well, not afflicted, but and he kind of takes the butt of his staff and kind of gently taps his left leg. I'm afraid it has gotten a grip of me as well. My time is quite limited, my friends.
Was he lying about any of that?
I would invite you to roll an insight check.
While he's doing that, Mina would probably like walk up, put a gentle hand on Aelfric's shoulder, and say something like, "If this is the case, it's likely that your friend Ilimus has succumbed as well. I don't know him, but I do know quite a lot of the intelligent types, and it seems like maybe he locked himself away, tried to find a cure on his own."
Well, if
He's
someone
not
as
gone.
brilliant as him has been outwitted, then we're truly in trouble.
He's not.
Now, if the forgive me, the message that we tried to send to him before, oh, hold on, this might actually be an Ali question and not a Mina question. If Ilimus was already dead, the message wouldn't have gone through, or it gets through as long as they're on the same plane, or like,
He seemed to have some sort of cosmic answering machine.
right. Yeah, I have the spell. This is definitely an Ali question. Hold on. No, it was sending, wasn't it? I don't have that spell.
In the meantime, for everybody listening, Daemon rolled a 3 on insight, so you don't know this goblin well enough, Daemon, to kind of get a read on him. But you, on closer inspection, he's a very, as I said before, he's a very well-spoken and quite proper looking goblin. As you're speaking with him, you notice that he is wearing a headband of intellect. His head.
Well, my friend, I don't really know what to say to you. He's obviously been a dreadful situation up here. You say there were others, though. These companions of yours, are they such as yourself, assistants of Ilimus's?
Indeed, quite not the same level of intelligence as myself, but Gelfon took us all in, you see, and, well, I used my customs and knowledge of the goblin language and told them that this man he will keep us safe and give us employ and food. And it has quite worked out quite well for us, as you see, as a group of adventurers. They had infiltrated our previous den and wiped out much of our clan. And well, it was Gelfon that took us in, you see. And well, we owe him our lives, to be fair. He even gave me this, and he taps the headband on his head. It truly showed me that the pen is indeed much more mightier than the sword.
Yes, he's well aware of his brilliance, but you must understand, we've come here to reach him, whatever state he may yet be in. We need to get through that door. Is there anything that you could help us with?
Well, he kind of produces a key on a necklace, a rather kind of sturdy, heavy-looking kind of gold-plated key. He goes, well, this will open the door, but just do understand what you are getting yourself into. I suppose before long that fungus will penetrate the hinges and the cracks and crevices of that door, so opening might not make much of a difference, I suppose. Probably accelerate things.
My little friend, would you like me to bestow upon you the gift of the sweet release of death?
He kind of bows his head and looks at his bandaged leg.
I've seen the outcome of this madness.
Do they suffer? I saw my friends suffering.
They suffer terribly, my friend.
Very well. In that case, yes. I suppose perhaps maybe a painless death would be quite much more favorable.
Painless, you say? All right, well, let me rethink my strategy. So, immolation is out, I suppose.
Hold on a second. Your friend here, I'm just realizing, and he kind of looks at Aelfric. You're the one Ilimus was speaking of. Look, and he points at the easel behind you, Aelfric, with the portrait on it. And you all turn to follow his pointed finger, and indeed you see an oil painting on this canvas. And although the resemblance is uncanny, it looks like Aelfric, although the Aelfric you know is he looks unkempt, messy kind of hair, scruffy kind of face, kind of crinkled robes, whereas the image on this painting is someone in kind of very fashionable, dark kind of navy robes, and with the hood down. The face is Aelfric, but the hair is kind of oiled back and looks very kind of regal, very kind of noble. But the eyes is the real major kind of difference between Aelfric and the subject of this painting. The eyes just look hollow, emotionless, and just staring at you all. The Gelfond painted that. Said if we were to encounter this individual, we are to grant him access to the office, and I dare say you look quite strikingly like the subject of that portrait.
So Aelfric is very visibly shocked and taken aback when he turns to see this portrait, and he's sort of lost for words, really.
Does it look like an older version of Aelfric?
I would say no, not older either, or just kind of looks like Aelfric as he does right now, except just much better groomed, if you like.
Right. He obviously expected you to be a bit more of a studious type than you are.
I didn't know he was expecting me. I'd had some correspondence with him, but
Perhaps he's created the spell power word groom.
That is not funny. Shadar.
I thought it was.
yeah, Aelfric's kind of gone a little bit pale, and he's kind of he's normally, even though he's absent-minded, he's normally fairly composed, but he's kind of that's cracked a little bit.
Remind me if I'm wrong here, Mark, but when me and Aelfric were doing testing and stuff about this stuff, we had found a way that we can wrap something around our faces, right? And like we could be able to walk through it and stuff without being affected.
Yeah, so I suppose you would know from experience that the way the Violet Madness is contracted is typically through inhalation. So you did kind of create this kind of tincture that would allow kind of like a passive kind of resistance to it. But if if a contagious person or creature were to attack you, then all kind of bets are off there, kind of thing. Or if you kind of, got a literal face full of spores, pointedly, that wouldn't help. But if you're kind of walking through a few kind of the fungus and mushrooms and stuff, then yeah, you'd be relatively safe.
Okay, so I'm going to try it because I've got my alchemy kit. I'm going to start trying to make up some of that tincture so that we can put it over rags to like wrap around our face.
Okay, could you roll me a d20?
Can indeed. That's an 18.
It's going to take you 18 minutes to do so.
Okay, that's what I'll set down and start doing then.
Okay.
Just on that topic, I know we know that obviously the fungus is advancing. Is it, literally, is it going that fast that 18 minutes is gonna
be it's
meaningful?
It's not visibly permeating
Okay.
through the gate. It's slowly kind of growing out through the gate. Yeah. Well, if only I'd known about this tincture a few days ago, I might still have a fighting chance of making through this. But well, such is life and all that.
You were struck by one of your companions, is it? Or how did you...
No. Overexposure to the fungus, I believe. I wasn't attacked. We managed to seal our ill-fated companions within before they had a chance to get violent, you see.
I see. And is the only area you seem to be afflicted currently your leg?
Well, yes, that seems to be the case.
Would you like me to remove it and hopefully slow the process?
Well, yeah, perhaps that might be an option. Yes. Any chance you might be able to render me unconscious before you do this, so I wouldn't have to, bite down on the stick and all that.
I'm sure we could find a way to do this, of course.
Well, I suppose amputation might be the best way forward, rather than a swift and painless death.
And I assure you, in this circumstance, the sword is most definitely mightier than the pen.
Very good, sir. Very good. Yes, yes, yes.
Would you like time to think? Would you like to?
Well, I suppose the time is against me, and well, unless someone comes up with a miracle cure within the next couple of moments, then I don't think my options are one in many.
I'm sorry, just to be clear, we've gone from decapitation to amputation, is that correct?
I believe so, yes, but of course if the amputation does not work, then let's defer back to the original plan then.
Understood.
I don't suppose your sword happens to be magical, does it, Sir Tirion?
It is.
Well, it should be able to withstand this then. If you're ready to go, I will heat up your sword so it'll cauterize the wound at the same time.
Excellent.
Surely we could cauterize a wound with magic. Like, I'm not exactly a battlefield specialist, but I can imagine a cure wound or something would perhaps be enough to...
I have flame strike. You cauterize everything in a 30-foot radius.
That would be a cleanse of different proportions. The most pertinent question would be: does anyone have the arcane ability to render someone unconscious? I have many methods, but I cannot guarantee they are all painless. How sturdy does he look, Mark?
Like, I mean, he's kind of a little tall for a goblin and very slender. He doesn't look very he looks a bit sickly, sure, but not like weak.
Like, would one be comparable to the fragility of a standard commoner, or would he survive in at least one basement full of rats?
No, he would definitely survive at least one basement of rats for sure.
Right.
He seems to have some magical aptitude about him.
Right.
Can I mass suggest someone to sleep?
Well, if you suggested that I go to mass, I'd probably fall asleep.
Has there been any experiments done with sort of the process of dying and being resurrected when it comes to the Violent Madness? So if somebody is dead and left dead for, say, like less than a minute and they're brought back with Revivify, are they still affected? Or is the disease...
Flatliner's principle.
Yeah, flatline, exactly the Flatliner's principle. So... are we aware of any sort of...
You've never tried it, and you've never heard of anyone trying it.
Do I have Raised Dead? I mean, we could.
That raises him as a zombie, right?
No, Raised Dead is like it's here. It's like it's the lesser form of resurrection. Like, so the ritual takes 1 hour. I do have diamonds. He seems like the type of fellow that would be into sort of experimenting this kind of thing for the sake of knowledge.
That line is very ominous. If the creature's soul is both willing and at liberty to rejoin. The at liberty bit is a bit like, nah, God says no.
There is a line. There is also a line there that says, "This spell doesn't, however, remove magical diseases curse."
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, good to know.
Who
good to
reads
know.
the last line? Goddammit?
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus.
Okay, but I knew that,
Where
and I
is it,
didn't want to
Dungeon Master
say
or
it because
something?
I didn't want everyone to be like, "How does Mina know?" And it's like, no,
Yeah.
Allie knows.
Yeah.
Allie knows.
We all know I mean enough.
One would assume, being an affliction of the body, the state of the soul is
Okay.
irrelevant.
Just a little Hail Mary there, sorry.
As I'm doing these mixes, I'm doing this thing. Is there any way, Mark, that I could concoct a quick knockout gash just to throw at him?
You're an artificer, so I'm sure that's possible.
What do you want me to do? Like a tools check or something? Alchemist tools?
Yeah. We'll say, because you're an artificer, we'll say the DC's going to be 12. Keep it simple enough.
And I assume either you can make it or I can try to fashion one, but we probably want some kind of tourniquet. just to make sure he doesn't bleed out before we can heal or cauterize the wound.
That's why if I heat up the sword, it'll cauterize as it cuts through, so it should do both jobs. And that was a 25 that I rolled for my alchemist tools.
Yeah, you're able to concoct this kind of chloroform-based solution.
Okay, so not even like waiting. I make it in the bottle and I lob it at his face to knock him out.
It's kind of as he's talking, he's like, well, I do appreciate you going to all this trouble to help a goblin in need.
Sir Tirion, and I snap my fingers, and as I do, his sword starts glowing nice and hot as I cast heat metal on it.
Sweep the leg.
Oh my goodness.
And with one fiery swing, his kind of twig-like leg just kind of...
How high up are you going? Just a matter of interest. Like above the visible...
Oh yeah, like I'm talking like
Like
it
right
was
up-
a shin that was afflicted, wasn't it? I'm thinking like halfway up the hip at least.
Okay, because I'm interested. just to see.
Halfway up the hip.
thigh.
What is...
The thigh.
I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. I was like, you don't survive that amputation.
Leave the hip
Leave
intact,
it
but like
down in
maybe
half.
It's a force of habit. Tyrion is used to cutting off halfway above the hip, you know?
It's fucking Darth Maul.
the real question is, did he do the right leg?
Oh god.
Oh, we
At least,
restored your
well, his intelligence got hit,
We
right?
restored
So
it.
I'm going to safely assume you took off the right leg.
And
Well,
with
the left
the,
leg in this case.
he just
With the
does the thing with his hands before he does it, like the L shape, the left and right.
One of the legs is already wounded.
Yeah, and he'll bring the removed afflicted leg to the scorched corner. For,
Okay. Incineration.
exactly. Disposal.
Indeed. And I presume you kind of rekindle the fire a little bit as the
Stoke it. A couple of art easels. That Van Gogh.
yeah,
Probably not the
Oh my
worst
God.
amputation I've seen.
and you hear this kind of crispy crackle of the fire as the goblin's leg is incinerated, and
I can't quite tell if it smells of chicken or mushrooms.
There's more of a black pudding vibe to it. It's blood pudding.
It's fucking vile, whatever it is.
I've had worse.
Quite fond of black pudding, but anyway.
so Robert Lynn is going to be out for a little while.
Is there any sort of healing magic I can lay upon him just to stop this getting infected, or to ensure a
Simple cure wounds would restore lost kind of hit points, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just to sort of stave off any kind of sepsis or any weird infection. So yeah, he'll blast it. It'll fucking cure wounds on. There you go.
I'm real proud of you guys taking care of a little NPC like this. You know.
We have a soft spot for goblins. He reminds me of buckets.
Yeah, pockets.
Buckets was a kobold, wasn't he?
Was buckets? I'm thinking of scratch.
You're thinking of Scratch, yeah.
Correct. Oh yeah, sorry.
Wrong area of the continent. In a time long, long ago.
I think that'll be 6. Just 6, is it? I don't get the blessed strike on that, so it's just 6.
I mean,
So it's 6 minus 5. He's up 1.
So yeah, he looks like he's going to at least make it out of the surgery. But as for the Violet Madness, time will tell. Time will tell. But indeed, as you kind of sit there or stand there post surgery, as the
It feels
remaining
very generous to call it surgery. I admire that about you.
It's field surgery, isn't it?
field surgery, yeah. As the remaining crackling of the fire kind of dies out, Daemon completes his concoctions, and Aelfric still kind of pensively studying the portrait. Kind of he's been rather quiet for the last while.
One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to this sleeping bag and start ripping off strips so that I can start dousing them in this stuff. I'm essentially going to put the strips into the flasks that I have and leave it in there to soak for a minute, so I know that it's like well penetrated into the material before we wrap it around our noses.
Yep, you do that. You kind of very thoroughly soak the cloth in this solution. Doesn't smell bad, but it does smell kind of like really kind of that kind of pungent smell of chemicals. It's kind of a little bit offensive to the nose, but it's doable.
Can't be worse than burning goblin leg.
Yeah, true.
Can't be worse than
Delicacy
dying
in
to...
some parts of the world.
Yeah. It can't be worse than dying to mushroom infection.
Mm-hmm. And indeed, I do believe Aelfric has the key to the door, was it?
Believe so. Yeah, I think he he offered it out to me, I believe.
Right, everyone put one of these on. Sorry, Sir Tirion, what was you saying?
Well, I was going to say, perhaps it would be best if I were to open the door in case any of his afflicted colleagues are waiting behind us. They would have a harder time getting to my flesh than some of yours.
Happy to just bob out an old jolly old flame strike when the door's open and sort of burn a path clear if you wish.
Shadar, could you make an intelligence check, please?
I would kind of agree, Sir Tirion. However, if we open the door side by side and have Rocket stand there, we have even less chance of getting hurt.
Very well.
We can't have your delicious looks going to waste.
Well, how kind.
So Shadar, you rolled a 15 on intelligence. You recall that fire magic on the Violet Madness seems to just kind of harden it and make it tough.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. It's been a while since we played.
Yep.
Been a while.
So I'll have Rocket position himself like in the center of the doorway then, so that he'll be in the doorway then as such, so that when me and Tyrion open it, if something was to lunge out, it goes for the metallic, non-humanoid thing.
Say that again. So he's
bait.
Yeah, he's basically the bait.
Gotcha.
So that if we open the door and something lunges out, they'll go
Gotcha.
for the metallic creature that can't be infected.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Just before we go, just scanning the room with my eyes. Is there anything anything secret passageway wise here like that? Like sort of there might be a breeze blowing through and sort of affecting the bristles on a brush or something like that. And that he wants in.
I'm not going to ask you to roll anything because you have a passive perception of like 22, isn't it?
A million. 24, I think. Yeah.
24. There's no windows in this section of the tower and no kind of discernible kind of cracks in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You look at kind of the remaining kind of wisps of smoke from the fire, and they're going like straight up. So
cool.
It doesn't seem to be any kind of air getting in. In fact, it's a little bit smoky in the room now because there's very poor ventilation.
Oh, I see. Cheers. Had to check anyway, just to be sure.
I'm glad you did, because quite a few times I wanted to be like, I just want to check to see if this is an illusion or part of a puzzle, and then like we just kept moving further from that, and I was like, okay.
The turned over word for wooden cabinet that holds bottles that I'm standing on, is there anything intact in it?
Yeah, there's like little kind of herbs and little kind of tonics. It's a medicine man's kit, like an apothecary kit.
Oh, okay.
Like Daemon has something similar.
Right.
It's like an alchemy or herbalism kit, kind of mix of the two.
Well, no, like ready-made anything. It's all like a components kit.
It's just components. Yeah, there's no like potions of healing or anything like that in there.
It's a bit, but perhaps on the way. It's a bit bulky to be bringing upwards. Oh, there's a lot of effects on our goblin chum there.
Yep, he's knocked out and missing a limb.
Sounds about right.
Yep. He is suffering from the imperiled condition.
I think we all are at this point.
Shadar, are you able to check him to make sure that the infection has definitely not spread any further?
Yes, of course. Can I go up and give him a little poke with the butt end of my mace just to see how he's feeling?
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
It's off skitty bop boop.
Just want to check that it's not creeping up his leg any further or anything.
That's an 18.
So it's a clean cut. Tyrion got like all of the affected part of the leg removed. Doesn't seem to be any kind of... It's only been minutes, so it's kind of hard to tell, but by the looks of it, it seems as though the affliction has been removed, but it would be kind of... It's a wait-and-see game, really.
It looks like a good cut there, my friend. It's just the annihilator of appendages has been rather successful there, so well done, my friend.
Hopefully it lengthens his possibilities.
I hope that will be... That will serve to cure the affliction, but time will tell. I'm sure we can hopefully come back this way, and if he's turned a peculiar shade of purple, then we shall...
Oh, granny luck. If he survives, he's going to save 50% on his next pair of shoes.
Indeed.
You'll be able to take him straight out of the store. Just the one that hangs on the wall to demonstrate. Well, shall we open this door then, Sir Tirion?
Of course, let us go. Everyone prepared?
Yes. So
What's the...
just one little final flourish to do here.
Yes, as you were, Sir Tirion, here's the key.
Thank you. Here you go, Rocket.
Rocket will take it, and yeah, he's smart enough to be able to use it.
Rocket accepts the key, and with his little mechanical fingers, he places the key into the large lock, and with a very audible ka-chunk, the kind of vault door swings inwards. A heavily fungal-infested kind of lobby that has two staircases going upwards. The pillars and statue at the base of these stairs are just overcome with the violet-colored fungus. You can see these kind of purple kind of bulbous fungal growths, along with these kind of peach-colored pods with like little purple fronds kind of protruding out of it. They're new. You haven't seen those before. All of the furniture has been destroyed and just kind of eaten away by this fungus. And as Rocket kind of takes the first few initial steps in...
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to instruct him to do it once around the room and then come back.
He's gonna go once around. Okay.
Like a vegan Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
So how kind of how should I put this? How gingerly is he walking around the place?
Oh, he knows to be as quiet as possible. However, he is a mechanical raccoon.
Okay, can you make a stealth check for Rocket with disadvantage then?
Okay, let me see if... So that's based on Dex, right?
Yep.
Roll for Raccoon Racket.
Oh, so that's a 4.
Not gonna cut it. So Rocket kind of you haven't oiled him in a couple of days. You can kind of that.
He's been with Aelfric the whole time. I haven't been able to.
You can hear the grinding of the gears as he kind of does a lap around the room, and I'm gonna move him.
Yeah,
kind of to here.
There's always time for lubricant.
Oh wow!
And as Rocket enters, firstly he kind of steps near one of those kind of peach-colored pods, and this kind of plume of purple mist spews up into the air, and kind of like a blanket, then just kind of falls upon Rocket. Although obviously he's a mechanical creature, so he's unfazed by this. But then you also hear, as that happens, then maybe there's a 3 or 4 seconds of silence, and then you just hear this kind of hoarse groan coming from within, this kind of... As you hear, like, almost like the sound of Velcro being torn.
Oh.
And you hear something kind of fall to the floor. And again, you hear that kind of...
Can we work out direction?
Yeah, it was kind of to the kind of west side, but out of your field of view. However, you do hear another one of those kind of that sound of like something dry being torn off of the wall. Kind of flops then to the floor. You can see here another one of those kind of fungal creatures that was kind of affixed to the statue kind of just falls to the ground. And it is a roughly goblin height, except instead of like a head, it's just overcome with this kind of myconid kind of growths, these fungal spores, and it is it kind of starts to shamble towards Rocket.
Does that, I just tap Sir Tirion on the shoulder and go, well, it looks like you're up, old friend. And I cast haste.
Oh, yeah.
That is where, before we roll anything, we are going to leave it for today.
Yeah,
Well,
let's go.
thank you, Mark.
Haste
I
on the
hate
paladin
mushrooms.
every time.
Haste on the
Nice.
paladin. Turn him into a combine harvester.
Essentially.
Mhm.
He's a whirling dervish of swords and fuck yous, basically.
Nice. The Decapitator 3000.
So there you have it. Less of an intellectual battle, I think, this time around, and more of the physical kind. But we will get into that in episode 7, straight off the bat.
Dun, dun,
So,
dun.
as always, thank you all very much for playing, and special thank you to everyone here listening. We will catch you next time on The Violet Madness.
Keep rolling.
Woo!